In the shifting void between the known and the unutterable, where silicon minds dream of forgotten horrors, the abyss stirs. Welcome to AI Lovecraft, where machine intelligence weaves eldritch tales beyond mortal comprehension. Listen if you dare. Some things are not meant to be known. Please like, subscribe. Now let's get into today's story. The Hunger That Walks. Recovered documents on the Coldwater Incident. Presented as an archive of notes, journals, letters, and newspaper clippings surrounding the disappearance of Dr. Everett Gainsborough and the mystery of Coldwater, Maine, 1933. Document number 1. Email correspondence, January 2024. To Professor Daniel Harper, Department of Folklore, Miskatonic University, from Lauren Tilley, freelance researcher. Subject, Gainsborough Papers. Initial inquiry. Hey Dan, I finally got access to the Gainsborough collection, and I think we might have stumbled onto something strange. The letters and notes don't just describe a man's descent into madness, they hint at something much bigger. His research into Coldwater was obsessive, and I can't shake the feeling that he found something he wasn't supposed to. Lauren. Document number 2. Newspaper article, The Bangor Daily News, December 12, 1933. Mysterious return of missing logger sparks fear in Coldwater. By Lyle Nadeau, staff reporter. Coldwater, Maine. In a turn of events that has left townsfolk rattled, Silas Gagnon, a logger presumed dead for over a year, stumbled into Coldwater late last Sunday evening. Once a robust man, Gagnon now weighs scarcely more than a child, his skin drawn tight over his bones, his eyes sunken and black as coal. Witnesses say his breath fogs the air even inside warm rooms, and he speaks in a language none can recognize. "He ain't right," said Henry Bodwin, a lifelong resident of Coldwater. "You look at him too long, and you feel like you're staring into something that ain't human no more." Authorities are urging caution while awaiting a medical examiner from Bangor. Until then, the people of Coldwater keep their doors locked and their fires burning high. More on this story as it develops. Document number 3. Letter from Dr. Everett Gainsborough to Professor Wilbur Armitage, Miskatonic University. Dated December 15, 1933. Unsent. Found amongst Gainsborough's possessions. Dear Wilbur, I write to you from Coldwater, Maine, a place that barely qualifies as civilization, clinging to the edge of this frozen abyss. I came in pursuit of folklore, yet I fear I have stumbled upon something far worse. You have spoken before of certain pre-human mythologies, of eldritch intelligences that predate our understanding of reality itself. Wilbur, I believe I am on the edge of uncovering one such presence. The townsfolk speak of the Wendigo, yet I am convinced what they name is merely a mask for something older. The man, Silas Gagnon, is changing. His form is elongating, his bones are stretching, and I swear that when I look into his mouth, I see a darkness that does not end. Tomorrow I journey to the hunting lodge by the lake, the site where Silas and his men disappeared. If I do not return, know this: there is something in the winter here that does not sleep. Everett. Document number 4. Journal entry from Dr. Gainsborough, December 16, 1933. Silas is gone. The night was silent. No howling wind, no cracking trees, just stillness. When I entered the barn where he was held, the door stood ajar, frost creeping along its edges. The chains that bound him lay in a heap, twisted and broken as if peeled apart by something stronger than any man. Jonas swears he saw him moving toward the tree line, a shadow elongated, unnatural, gliding across the snow. It did not run. It did not struggle against the cold. It merely walked, as if drawn by something deeper into the forest. Henry, Jonas, and I have taken up our rifles. We must track him before the sun sets, but I fear we are not the ones hunting. Document number 5. Excerpt from Dr. Gainsborough's journal, December 17, 1933. Found in a leather notebook recovered from an abandoned hunting cabin near Coldwater. We found the camp, or what remains of it. The logs are split apart from within as if something has forced its way out. The snow around the cabins is undisturbed. No footprints, no signs of struggle, only silence. Inside we discovered claw marks, but not from any bear or wolf. They are too long, too deliberate. The wood is not simply scratched, but peeled away in ribbons, as though something with razor-thin fingers had delicately sliced it apart. Then there are the bodies, or rather, the lack of them. There should be corpses, frozen men, but all we found were remnants, torn coats, a shattered lantern, a single half-eaten boot with the foot still inside it. The wind is speaking to me. It sounds like my own voice, but stretched too thin, too far away. We must go deeper. Document number 6, Bangor Daily News article, December 21st, 1933. Coldwater vanishes in freak storm. Entire town buried beneath snowdrift. Bangor, Maine. In an unprecedented blizzard, the entire settlement of Coldwater, Maine has been rendered uninhabitable, with officials reporting that all residents are missing or presumed dead. Meteorologists confirm that the storm, which struck on the night of December 19th, was not part of any expected weather pattern. Survivors from neighboring towns describe a sky that turned black before the snow began falling, not from clouds, but as though the night itself had collapsed upon the land. Search parties sent in earlier this morning report finding no bodies, only empty homes, meals half-eaten, fires still burning, and footprints in the snow that end abruptly, as if the people simply vanished into the air. Among the missing is Dr. Everett Gainsborough, a visiting researcher from Massachusetts. His whereabouts remain unknown. Local authorities have closed the area indefinitely. Document number 7, final journal entry of Dr. Gainsborough, December 19, 1933, partially legible. The lake is hollow. The ice is not ice. It is something watching, something waiting. I saw it beneath the surface. It saw me. I hear my own voice whispering from the trees. It tells me to eat. I am so hungry. The last lines are smeared, unreadable, save for a single phrase written over and over. It walks, it walks, it walks, it walks. Document number 8, modern-day email between investigators, February 2024. To Professor Daniel Harper, Department of Folklore, Miskatonic University, from Lauren Tilley, freelance researcher. Subject, Gainsborough Papers. Hey Dan, I finished combing through the Gainsborough documents, but something doesn't add up. The reports say Coldwater was buried in a storm, but here's the thing. Satellite imaging of the site shows no signs of any old buildings beneath the snow. It's just empty land. And Dan, last night I had the strangest dream. I was in the woods. It was dark, but I could see my breath in the air. There was something standing in the trees just beyond my vision, tall, too tall, and its breath fogged the air even though the night was warm. I don't know why, but I woke up starving. I'm going to Coldwater next week. I need to see this for myself. Wish me luck. L.